Hello, and welcome back to Heroes and Hooligans for another Monday night where we are playing Delirium, Delving Beyond, and returning... Well, we're not really returning to the Arcanists Thorpe. We're returning to a little bit below it, and maybe a little bit Wittershins away, as our party descends a central spiral staircase in a pillar of earth that until moments previously was surrounded by gusts of wind. Here to reset the elemental magnet that draws in the primal forces of nature to feed the Thorpe itself, to ensure the land is fertile, the rivers flow, and the air is clean. They have cleared a trial in a room of obsidian and magma where Nephili and Nintendo worked together to recharge a crystal of flame. And Peter, using magics of space themselves in the next room, to fling Nintendo halfway to the crystal filled with air, who leads the way down this spiral staircase into the deep dark below.
Nephili, maybe you should lead.
You want me in front?
Yeah, absolutely, that sounds significantly better than me in front.
Okay, sure. I'll head down the stairs.
All right, go ahead and give me a march order.
Grendel will follow Nephili.
I'm right behind you. I'd like to be in the back, all the way in the back, please.
If that puts Nintendo in third.
All right, Nintendo, there's not enough space here for you and Gur to walk side by side. Is he in front of you or behind you?
He's probably behind
Or
me trying
separate.
to scamper up my cloak.
Gotcha. Yeah, he doesn't quite fit up it anymore.
Those are the days.
We'll make a bigger cloak.
We'll make a bigger cloak. Iconic. And then we have behind Gur, little Peter Crossnock.
Peter.
All right. As you make your way down these steps, Peter, I don't believe you have vision. And I don't believe you have it either, Nintendo. All right. So yeah, go ahead, give me just perception checks, everybody, and those of you without dark vision, make them with disadvantage.
19 for Gren.
13 for Nintendo.
Can you check and let me know if Gur has dark vision?
Oh, God. Yeah, let me take a look.
12 for Peter.
18, 19, 21.
Right. 18 for Neff, 12 for Peter. What was
21
for
for me,
Nintendo?
actually. I'm going to do math
21?
in my head. Yeah.
Sorry. Let's take out from the top once more. I got lost in the numbers. Nephili, what'd you get for your total perception?
21 in total.
21. Grendel, what'd you get for your total perception?
19.
Okay. Nintendo, what'd you get for your perception?
13. And
That was with your disadvantage, correct?
yes. And a 5 for Gur.
All right. Does Gur have dark vision?
He does not.
Okay, so he rolled with disadvantage and got a 5. And Peter Crossnocked, what did we get?
12.
12.
Oh, he does. I'm stupid. It says it right there. But oh well.
Wait, he does?
He does. He does.
You can go ahead and take the better of what of the two rolls that you got for him then.
17 for Gur then.
Okay. Good thing then. I'll because of the mistake, Gur accidentally got advantage, but that's fine with me. Gur hears the same thing that Nephili and Grendel do. The top of the tunnel is closed, or the top of the staircase is closing over. The grind of stone on stone. As
Behind us.
Behind you.
Well, only one way to go now.
Does anyone have a torch or a match or a light spell? I can't
just-
see shit.
I use produce flame and just cast a flame from my palm.
I'll light a torch off of the Nephili's palm, fire like a cigarette.
All right.
Let's be down.
So Nintendo, you are holding a torch, and Nephili has a little ball of flame held in one hand. Grendel, you can see in the dark perfectly fine here. Yeah. You just continue down the stairs.
Yeah, I think Grendel feels like at home with the door closing behind.
Yeah. I'm actually going to say, Grendel, go ahead and give me an investigation at advantage, actually. And Nephili, you can give me this as well.
12. Grendel is not as smart.
Yeah, that's an 11.
11. Yeah, you're not disused to dark caverns, Nephili. There's a lot of tunnels through the bedrock of the hells. And Grendel, this really does feel like home to you. This is... I mean, it's a little weird that it closed behind you, and it's clearly not like a natural cavern that has been shaped, just one that has been made from the top down by, like, it's too smooth almost. Like it was just bored out by, I don't know. It's too smooth.
Good old-fashioned Dwarvish engineering. That's what it was.
No, see, that's what's bothering. It's not Dwarvish engineering. With Dwarvish engineering, you'd have like a sharp corner. It wouldn't be so rounded and flat. You realize like the ceiling above you is almost polished from how it was carved.
Oh, fuck.
How do you continue down?
We are dwarfs. We will continue digging this hole.
All right.
Well, there was lava, there was wind, so this could be an earth thing or a water thing or love, the fifth element.
Well,
dirt element.
considering that the door closed behind us, I certainly hope it's not water.
Like every time someone says water, I visibly just shake.
Do the rest of us? Do you tell the rest of us that what you see about the polished things, the polished ceilings? How they're okay?
Nah, in fact, he probably outwardly said, like good old Dwarvish engineering, ignoring all of the things that that he is aware of. He's just pretending they don't exist.
Yeah. It's not like a bad sign. It's just weird. It's not an architectural style you've ever seen or heard of before. Go ahead, everybody, and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh fuck!
Fucking Jesus.
As you continue to march your way down these stairs.
I'm about to bump my head on a sharp corner from.
Is this against some kind of poison?
No.
Okay.
Not
Like
great.
It's
Called keeping your breath steady while going downstairs for a long time.
Yeah, you get winded. That's a 4 for your
4?
friend Peter.
Hey, same.
Nice.
4 for Nephili.
18.
18. Nintendo. Actually, you know what? I will say, you know what? No, technically, this is poison. You can make it with advantage, Grendel.
9.
Okay,
Right.
you're still a fill. What was
Yes.
our highest roll here? Did anybody
It's
get
me with an 18.
who got a 10 or higher?
Me.
Just you?
And Tenno and Gur.
Okay, and Tenno and Gur both did. All right, Nephili, you feel fine, as do Tenno and Gur, which makes a lot of sense. As Grendel and Peter, you feel your chests grow tight. It's a little. Every breath's a little harder to take, and it's a little harder to pick your legs up. You're a little dizzy. Mechanically, you're dazed. You're gonna take a -2 to any skill check or attack roll.
Does anyone else feel? It's fucked.
I think I spoke too soon. I think it's the water thing. It's hard to breathe.
No one's touched me since I got here.
Keep yourselves calm. We're running out of oxygen. Not in a dangerous way, but there's a lot
feels-
less than we had up
Speak for
there.
yourself. It feels dangerous.
I would think that's dangerous.
And you realize you've got 2 lit torches in an enclosed space.
Oh fuck! Yeah, I'm gonna slap the torch out of Nintendo's hand. Put it out. Put the torch out.
I'll raise it up a little bit higher. Hey,
No,
hey,
wait,
hey.
hey!
Nephili's fire made this. We
Now
can't
we're
waste
yelling
this.
and we have fire. We're eating all the oxygen.
Why are you gaslighting us over a torch?
Fuck. You know what? Let's just die here. This. I give up. Peter lays down and passes away.
Grendel casts prestidigitation and snuffs out the torch.
See,
Nice.
that's much more reasonable.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Okay.
I can't do that to produce flame in Nephili's hand, but
I'll pick up Gur and wrap him over my shoulders to use them like some night vision goggles.
I will visibly just shrink the flame, so it's still there, but it's just mainly casting dim light at this point.
Yeah, make it tiny.
holding a lighter and stuff.
I'll say you can shrink it so it's only casting like 5 feet of dim light or like 5 feet of bright light. Yeah, for sure.
That'll work.
And yeah, you continue downwards. Do not see any change.
Huh. Why am I in
I mean, obviously, you can tell you're going down, but it doesn't. It's just you're just turning around the spiral. The steps are the same.
Is there any center point, I suppose? When descending a staircase, there's sometimes a hole in the middle of the room that you could look down and see how far down there is.
There are thick earthen walls that surround you. This is like an enclosed staircase, essentially.
Yeah, so just perfect cylinder, no gap at all.
Perfect cylinder. You don't see any gaps. It's that perfect, smooth, glossy, polished construction.
Well, I think for safety's sake, everyone here take a few of these, and we'll take out a little pinch of mistletoe and cast good berry for us, and all of you will get 2 berries.
Nice.
Nice, good move.
Rations for the day.
And
Thank you.
can Grendelwald kind of like run his hand over the wall as we walk and like watch it and see if he can think what might make it that polished?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Give me You tell me what check you want to argue for. Your stone cunning will apply to it.
Gotta have that stone cunning.
Yeah. In theory, probably. I don't think it matters. All of my intelligences are a base 1, I think, because of Jack of all trades. So it's actually a +4 instead of +1, no
Okay.
matter what. So nature works. We can do nature.
Yeah, let's go nature then.
So we're adding 3 to this. We've got an 18.
18. you're looking at this. Nothing would polish stone like this by carving it. Nothing. That's the end of it. If the stone was compacted, it might gain its polish naturally, but it'd have to be perfectly even pressure all the way through.
We got a sandworm.
I was gonna say it's an Alaskan bullworm.
I was actually going to let you know. You think an earth elemental might be capable of this.
Oh, I was going to say water.
That was why I wanted to do the check. I was like, if flash floods happen and a
That's what I was
deluge of
thinking.
water comes down, it's
Yeah,
gonna
water
get real
actually-
smooth real quick.
Actually, no, I'm thinking about it. Water could do this, but water has not in this case. You're able to tell that by the evenness and the fact that it isn't perfectly pressured. You've seen like some earth elementals make clay orbs before, and they are this sort of perfectly polished. But it's like the force was applied to the entire staircase that you've seen at one time.
So, somehow there is large amounts of pressure that gets applied to this space. Could be an earth elemental, could be a flash flood. I don't think it's the flash flood. It wouldn't be this smooth, but like if you run your hand, like it is flat and smooth. There's not a single like flaw in this stone. That doesn't happen. Like that's not normal. That happens.
It could be elemental was used in the construction of this place.
Didn't we, I believe, did we have an Earth Genasi? Was it an Earthborn Jim who came in as a carpenter for a little bit?
Is this something real from a previous episode, or
This is me making up absolute nonsense.
I need to know.
Like I was like, that's
This
what I
is me
remember.
creating a guy. This is me creating a guy. in the
There was
past,
a-
maybe.
There was an Earth Nazi who lived here for a little bit.
Yeah, he stayed very far away from me. I kept burning his stuff.
That seems excessive. Yeah, no, I don't remember him.
Listen, this might be a long shot, but I feel like I've heard a story once. What if the entire stairs are earth elementals? Not one. What if it's right because they can like meld into stone and stuff? What if it's just 100 earth elementals?
I would feel bad that we've been stepping on them for so long.
Yeah, I'm also quite uncomfortable.
I guess I say this to keep your eyes out for anything, but like I'm pretty sure I've seen earth elementals just move through stone, so I don't really know what we would keep an eye out for. Like it would just drop on us.
Fuck. How about we really get through to the staircase?
Taking a second to pause here as Anteno passes out good berries, and you take a close look at the stone. Nephili, Peter, is there anything you're doing in this moment as Grendel's looking at the walls?
Gasping for breath.
Actually, we'll say go ahead and let's do another con save if you take a second to
I
breathe.
meant to say breathing really well.
Both of you who fail can do that. Those of you who pass don't need to.
I just missed it with a 9.
All right, cool.
You got a 9, and then what did you get? No, what was it? It's easier. It's DC 5. Did you beat a 5?
Oh, then yeah, I got a 9.
Did Grendel beat a 5 on that con save?
Oh, my bad. I missed that. Sorry.
You're good.
Yes, I did.
Wonderful. All right, you catch your breath. You're no longer dazed.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, I think I'm good to keep going. Just keep an eye out. Be on guard.
Yeah,
Who
let's
knows?
get through this as quick as possible.
Yeah,
There's
sure,
weird
'cause
stories out there.
we're exactly the most perceptive bunch.
Speaking of which, everyone go ahead and give me more perception checks. The torch is lit, so I'm going to say those of you who don't have dark vision don't have disadvantage.
Another 19.
Shit,
Nice.
drop my dice. 15.
18 in total.
15, 18. Nintendo?
You're
You're
muted.
You're on mute.
19 for me, 11 for Gur.
19 for you, 11 for Gur.
Correct.
As the entire party passes this check this time, you realize not only you don't hear grinding anymore of stone on stone, but you realize that your footsteps aren't echoing up as far as they should be. These stairs are closing themselves in behind you.
Oh, shit. Go, 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 go.
Wait, my legs don't go that fast. Little
Oh,
dwarf
so
leg.
you're all starting to sprint down the stairs?
Hell yes.
Yes.
I'm going to need acrobatics checks from every single one of you.
Oh, I'm pretty decent at this, apparently.
Who's not acrobatic? They can have an inspiration.
Oh, I'd love that.
All
I'm
right,
out of
so
those, but Peter's
Thank
inspired.
you.
You got this, Peter.
You just brought me from a 4 to a 17.
17. Oh, no, it's not a reroll. It's Bardic inspiration. You had a d6.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. Okay, in that case.
So you can hit 10 here if you get a 6.
Oh, hey, still got a 5. Brought me from a 4 to a 9.
And 19 in total.
19 for Nephilim, 9 for Peter. Grendel?
15. Peter, be like the boy who jumped over the moon. You got this.
And Nintendo?
5 and 7.
5 and 7. As torch snuffed out, little piece of light up in Nephilim's hand as she and Grendel sprint in the front. Nintendo, first you miss a stair. Then Gur falls on top of you. And then bringing up the rear, Peter falls. And the three of you are in darkness. You cannot see.
Do we hear
You
the
do not
stones shifting?
You do not hear the stone shifting, but you do not hear the echoes of footsteps ahead of you anymore either. Grendel and Nephilim, it's a split second that you separate from Nintendo, Peter, and Gur. Just moments where there is 5 feet of space between Grendel and Nintendo, and then Nintendo slips, and a stone wall closes between you.
Ah!
Never
Well,
say
this
Thorpe
is-
can't win a foot race.
This is stressful. It's not what I need on a Monday night, Chip.
Welcome to
Hey,
D&D.
We're not even 30 minutes in yet.
Okay,
So,
Peter.
So like the wall just slams
wall-
closed in between
the
the two
wall-
groups.
Not only slams closed, does it silently.
Oh.
No noise.
So
There
do
is
we even
1
notice it?
second you hear Inteno falling down the stairs, and then the next you do not see or hear your friends at all. And this wall is 5 feet from you.
Wait a minute, Nephilim.
Huh?
30 seconds. Does the wall keep coming?
The wall does not move.
Okay, so maybe it's not following us. Maybe it's making progress as we are. So if we stay here, it'll stay here, and we can catch our breath and think for a minute, right? And then
If
the wall
it
in front
is
of us
doing
closes.
that.
Yeah.
If it is closing off as we're moving, then they don't have much space to work with. They've just been closed off from both sides.
Yeah, and we'll move over to the other side of the wall. Peter, Nintendo, and Gur.
Nintendo?
You're in
alright?
a 5 by 15 hole. And the only way you can realize it's 515 is because you are all crammed leg to shoulder, and that is the space that the three of you take up.
We are in a 5x15 hole right now. Shit. And can I reach up and feel ceiling?
You can.
Okay. I don't think I have anything for this. Do you know anything that could be helpful?
Uh, God. Maybe. Do you remember which direction we were going?
Down.
Down? All right. I'm going to, in the most awkward shimmy possible, get myself turned from vertically this way to basically doing a handstand. Oh, you know what, buddy? I need you to be safe. I'm gonna dismiss Gur.
You have
Oh,
more.
better.
You have more space to work with here.
Way better.
As Gar is dismissed, and you're able to reorient yourself at using that extra space.
And then I will maybe not do the awkward shimmy, but I will do a cool handstand. And I will directly into the ground use my breath attack. And as a amethyst gemstone, there's force damage to see if I can big bad wolf the floor out.
Hell yes!
Huff and
Give
puff.
me. It's a save. There's no save. Just give
A
me damage.
dex save from the ground, please.
Give me damage.
1d10
What's your max?
force
What's your
damage.
max damage on this?
10.
10.
10 damage.
Do I just get ricochet thrown against the ceiling?
Wait, what? So is it like what? It's 2d4 plus 2 or something?
It is 1d10 and
Oh,
nothing
just
else.
1d10. Okay. No, you yell at the floor essentially.
Ah!
Foos.
You
I'm still
breathe
working on that.
You breathe out so hard that the floor fractures, and you see those fractures. Like it dents a little. The dent fills back in.
Oh shit.
But there is almost a spider web-like series of scarred over cracks where it fractured.
And they're healing themselves?
They're not healing themselves. They're just there. It's broken. It's dented, refills, but it has those like scars. It looks like the floor has scars.
Chip, can you remind me of the name of our village leader who laid waste to that
Orin.
town of shitheads? What is it?
Orin.
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 All right. Nintendo, if this doesn't work, just don't fucking tell anyone about it. I am addressing the elementals controlling the stairway. We were sent by Elder Orim.
What language are you speaking?
Oh, I'll tell you in a second. Oh, okay. Oh, God. I repeat that in Common, Sylvan, Celestial, and Abyssal.
You repeat it. I'll say in that order: Common, Sylvan, Celestial, Abyssal. You repeat it in Common and Sylvan. So you actually see like where these spider webs are. There's a little bit of like not movement, but a little glimmer of light across those cracks for a second as you're speaking in Sylvan. And then when you get to Abyssal, you hear back from all around you. What is your purpose?
We were sent to restart a device that powers our village. We have been resetting the elemental crystals in the different rooms. I think we did them in the wrong order, so if you expected us coming from the other way, that's our bad, but it's been working out so far.
The wall between your groups disappears,
Hey!
and you
I
see a faceless figure, humanoid, made of the earth around these walls, stands in front of you, in between you, rather.
I can't fucking believe that worked.
I
and
was right.
we're all standing here in the light of Nephili's little handheld candle.
Hello? I am Peter,
No
This
good,
is
they're
net-
not dead.
Nefeli, Grindelwald, and Nintendo. And you are?
I
For sure. We're looking for a crystal, earthen crystal of some kind. I'm guessing. Maybe you could point us in the right direction.
It just sort of looks down and then to the left and then to the right and then up.
So this is the crystal. This whole thing.
I am.
You are. Okay. Is there
You can give me an
anywhere-
arcana. Anyone who wants to can give me an arcana or a nature check here.
I would love that.
I'm just gonna offer out of my component pouch. I'm just gonna offer a handful of dirt to recharge what I believe is the earth crystal standing in front of us.
Nice.
Yeah, you give him a handful of dirt.
17
He
nature check.
Takes it, and you actually see that little crack right where your headstand was fills back in. Is no longer scarred.
Ooh.
19 for Grindelwald on Arcana.
19 arcana. Nefeli, what do you have?
17 on nature.
17 on nature. Great. Peter,
13 Arcana.
13 arcana. Tenno. Or are you just doing the dirt thing?
2 for handing over dirt.
Hell yeah. You healed him. So I'll cool. He likes you. Thank you.
I'm really glad I took a
Uh,
semester of Sylvan.
Nefeli and Grendel. The two of you see this thing appear in front of you, begin to speak to Peter. Do you speak Sylvan? Or you know what? I'll say it. We'll say it picked up Common real quick, for the simplicity's sake of not having to translate. When it keeps saying "I am a crystal," this is clearly not just one of those crystals, right? None of them were this big.
We're talking.
It's not it's not in its own space like the others were. But Nefeli, you know that if enough earth comes in one place, it starts making elementals. And if these crystals attract their own element, maybe the earth one was working a little too well. Or, gems are also part of the earth. Maybe that tipped the balance.
Do you need to be recharged?
This time not from the form in front of you, but from everything surrounding you. You hear, I do not know.
Is there anything that feels wrong?
I am.
Should you not be?
You want some more dirt?
It just sort of smears it where the face would be.
I can't believe I was right. I can't believe these stairs are actually made of earth elementals. No one's
Yeah.
going to believe this. This is insane.
Yeah, exactly. We're not exactly the most.
Oh, we're gonna get
trustworthy
back up there, and
people.
it's gonna be like a huge.
Actually, I'll say on your Arcana, you get the feeling this is one element.
Story sounds cooler with a bunch of them.
1,000 earth elementals. In
You
every
get the
step.
you get the feeling that you descended into the elemental. The entire floating rock was it.
So note to self, Alaskan bullworm was also not wrong. We've been on point tonight, guys.
Yeah.
I guess the dirt was the least we can do, buying them dinner if we're already descending.
Do the stairs still continue? Like, are they
Hey,
still
nah. Hey,
descending?
don't forget, Nintendo. You came in through the wrong side.
That's true. We came in the back.
Yeah.
Oh,
There it is.
No wonder he was
Whoa.
upset with us.
This is supposed to be the wholesome Delving Beyond.
This is the Goofy Magic Boys channel. What are we talking about?
I'm magic in here.
Forget about it.
Anyways,
Yes.
you were saying
The stairs, do they continue downwards or have they just stopped once this
the
element?
stairs are still there. Yeah. And you actually notice the
stairs.
stairs are still like there still are stairs back before you. Like as the wall opens up between you. There are still stairs where Peter and Nintendo were. They were just pressed down and covered with dirt.
I'm going to keep heading downwards and see if anything happens while these three talk to a stone person.
Yeah, you keep heading downwards. Give me one more Constitution saving throw.
Everybody?
Me? Or
Yeah, you.
everyone?
Not just you.
Fuck is my bonus again? 14.
I can't quite hear you, Don.
I said you can't just keep traveling inside somebody, Nephili. That's rude.
You said
14.
14? Okay. Yeah. You keep walking. You feel like you've been walking for probably about half a mile on these stairs. Actually, and you all notice Nephili leaving because Peter and Nintendo you can't see anymore.
Oh, shit. I can see with my heart.
I'll give up my final gift of a small rock that I have in my bag.
Hell yeah. You give it a small rock.
Follow the light.
You recharge?
we
Clearly asking a question.
we want to.
We try.
Heart, your heart, we will fix.
Where is your heart?
Home is where
I am.
the heart
I am. And it gestures at the walls. Give me. Did you roll with advantage on your Arcana? Because I should have had you for stone cutting.
I did not.
Or wait, is stone? I can't ever remember how stone cutting works. Is stone cutting expertise or advantage?
It's expertise, which would add an extra 3, which would change it to a 22. So it does break that 20 threshold down.
As it gestures at the thing around it for the heart, you realize that glossy polish is crystal, is like single dot crystal, so, like a pane of crystal.
Yeah. And how did we charge the other ones? Didn't we like touch the crystals to their element?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So this one, is it maybe supposed to also be covered in earth?
I only got so much dirt, guys.
Yeah. I don't have any
Just
earth
wanted
spells,
it.
so I can't just like earth something into it.
Above a 20, this thing's overcharged. That's why it's so big.
Yeah, working too well.
Okay.
And you, Nintendo, remember you were asked to reset it. Reset the magnet, not recharge it.
Oh.
You realize that that every time you've done something to this magnet, the elements around it have come under control. And you feel like it's working too.
Wait, Nephili, come here. I have an idea, and I think you're perfect for it.
Yeah, Natalie, you actually hear this from behind you. There's no walls between you. It's not shutting as you go anymore.
I walk back up. Suddenly, everyone else can see again.
Oh, thank God.
I bring the light.
I think you just need to cause lots and lots of damage.
Damage.
It needs to be
Yeah.
reset. This thing seems like it's overcharged. Like it shouldn't be this big, right? None of the others are this big. And it seems like that area where you guys were, I heard a loud noise over there. Seems like it's less polished and charged. So if we deal enough damage, we might be able to just like drain the energy off.
Now, how do
Unless you know where you're like, where we could reset you.
This blank featureless face just kind of stares at you. It hasn't really followed anything you've said.
yeah,
I'll-
how do we-
I'll say with you being above a 20 as well, I'll kind of lay things out for you here. This thing is a barely evolved arcane sentience. There's enough magic got pulled into this rock that the rock said, "I'm alive now."
it is.
But it's
Yeah.
not really a full elemental.
Yeah, it's not even a full. It's not a full sapience of an elemental.
Yeah, that is what I was wrestling with here. How do we explain this to our friend without causing conflict?
If you want damage, I can do damage.
Well, so
This thing might get pissed off.
it might, but here's a thought. We need to get through a lot of magical energy. And I don't know the specifics, but I'm pretty sure creating and maintaining sentience is a pretty large part of that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kill it.
Oh, no. No, Peter, educated. Give it more sentience.
That will.
Wait, what if we...
What?
No, what if we convince it to use all of its power?
What if we ask it for a really cool rock?
Does
Or like
anyone
a
have
bunch of crystals?
hooked on phonics? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What if
So
we-
you want to educate
might-
the rock?
Well, not that part.
DM, can I ask a
That's what I'm
question?
getting from this.
Well,
Go
let
for
me
it.
double check
Absolutely.
the wording of something quickly. Oh, it's a creature you can see. Beautiful. Hopefully. Maybe not. Guys, what if I suggested that it expend a large amount of magical energy in a non-harmful fashion?
Oh,
That is acceptable.
Absolutely.
Jesse Rockman here has rights, and we will
Yeah,
respect
go
that.
for it.
You're naming
Go for it.
I am naming. Where else? Where else have we been?
We've already
One of the most
decided not to
magical
kill
place
it.
on the planet.
Naming it is
Look,
okay.
as
We don't
much
have
as-
to kill it, hopefully.
Yeah, we
As
can't
much as
kill
I'm
it
a
now.
druid
No, go
and
for
a
it.
nature's weapon, it is just a rock.
I would like to cast suggestion on the creature, which if it's immune to charm, this doesn't work, and it's a rock, so it very well might be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the suggestion I will say after muttering my incantation and looking at it is expend as much energy as you can without hurting anyone.
What's the saving throw for suggestion?
It is
Charisma?
a wisdom saving throw. DC is only 12.
All right. Well, it's got a -2. And that's a natural 1.
Let's go.
So it's got a -2. Oh, -1. That's what comes.
Yeah, -1.
Negative
-1.
one. The integer carries over. It's at 8 billion.
So for the next 8 hours,
It is going to continuously expend magical energy in a non-harmful manner. And you see the earth around you start to become translucent as it spends magical energy changing the mud and stone that makes it up the polished, almost clay-like surface into pure crystal.
Ooh, shiny.
Does anyone have a way to check to see if this is actually doing what we want it to do?
I
You
feel like
see the crystal as it shifts. You can look down and towards the center now. You can't like look over, but you can just look down as the ground beneath you becomes clear, stairs, and see a little core the same shape as the rest, filled with green.
All right, cool. There's our target. Let's get moving.
Keep it up, bud. We're gonna go fix you.
Yeah.
And we start going down.
You start going down. All right, I'm going to need everyone give me just a DC 10 acrobatics on your way down to walk down these invisible stairs.
Well, that's a natural 12 before I add anything, so...
it's 11 for me.
12.
What was it for Grundle?
11.
All right, everybody passed. You make your way down. You are at eye level with this core. It is still about 3 feet of this crystal between you and the core, but you can see it.
Well, let's.
It is filled with green in the same way the others were filled with, orange.
Can I just call up to the elemental? Excuse me, my friend. Come join us.
It does not create a form, and you get the feeling it can't right now.
It's busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're in it. Like, I'll remind you, the entire crystal is the thing. That's just the shape it gave you so that you felt like it was on your scale.
Then can I just knock on the crystal in front of the crystal and say, could you make a little opening maybe? Or is it
you go to knock, and on the first one, as you say, can you make a little opening maybe, and keep knocking, your knuckles get a little shredded as the crystal becomes jagged where you're knocking.
Balls. Okay, all right. No is fine. That's no problem.
Is the crystal in appearance in the way that it looked after the other crystals were recharged or before the other crystals were recharged?
After. It looks fully charged.
So it looks right.
It looks fully charged. You can give me an arcana to figure out more now that you're closer to it and can see it. Anybody can.
If I can, I would like to, and I would like to particularly look to see if, as we're down here for time, if it seems to change at all.
Yeah.
See if this is having an effect. Also, does my stone cutting still apply?
I will say your stone cunning applies for checks related to the earth crystal. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's a 23 arcana for me.
Non-natural 20.
Non-natural 20. 23. Anybody else get anything? Anybody else rolling the check?
No.
Okay. On a 23, you can see that power is being pulled out of the crystal and being used right now to maintain this crystalline structure. What you can also see at the bottom of this crystalline structure is a little dot of green. Like at the bottom of the superstructure that you are within. And what you notice looking for change over time is that little dot of green is growing.
I drop concentration.
You drop concentration, it immediately reverts to stone, and you see the central crystal begin to glow much brighter, but you see that it's not, no energy is beginning to feed to the bottom anymore either. 23 and a 20, you realize that it changed the earth that was making up like the extra body into the same kind of crystal that it already was.
Which means it's not overcharged
no,
and can afford to store more energy.
Now it needs more.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't
You
need more,
take-
but it has room
I'll say
for more.
it leaves you this little window of crystal to the main crystal, so you can still see through to it.
So we just got this thing an extra
Or
16
it's
gigs of
a
RAM.
little, you realize, is just a little bigger than the other ones were, as if this is not the first time that it has gone through this cycle.
Okay.
3 down, 1 to go, right? I think.
I think so. This
Yeah.
feels right to me.
Yeah, it looks good. It doesn't seem to be over.
I reach out to the wall for a high
And
five.
I want to be clear, it's reverted itself to the state it was initially in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it'll charge over time and get that way again,
Yeah.
but that's just the nature of an earth crystal.
Exactly.
Does a hand materialize out of the wall and high five me, or is the energy all
Yes.
used up?
Well, no, it doesn't reach out of the hand. The hand doesn't reach out and high five you. This thing doesn't know what a high five is. But you put your hand against the wall, and it kind of feels like the wall grips your hand for a second.
Close enough.
You just sink in like half a millimeter.
How do we get out of you? Is there any way forward? You said we got to the bottom, so
No, you can see. You got to the core. You can see the bottom. You could see the bottom where that green was growing.
So there's no stairs heading
okay.
down.
So we continue down then.
Yeah.
In theory, probably.
You're at the midpoint now, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's
we
go
keep
then.
walking down, and hopefully that'll take us to water. Is the last one, right?
Yeah.
You see, actually, the walls begin to draw arrows pointing you down.
That's
Cool.
nice of him. I was hoping he would do something like that.
Water, then love, and then we fight Captain Planet, and then I think we're done.
The
Wait,
hell
why
is a
are we
Captain
fighting
Planet?
Captain Planet?
I don't know. I'm assuming we got to
Captain
fight him.
Planet is an eldritch demon that definitely needs to be defeated.
You're
Did you miss the
confusing
subtext to that
Captain
show?
Planet and Captain Pollution.
Oh fuck!
No, I know.
They're one
me
and the
as a
same.
person
Anyone
knows
with
what
the name
Captain
Captain
Planet
is bad.
No gods, no masters, no
Alrighty.
Captain Planet.
So, we continue downwards. All right. With Nephili's light present, Grendel, you can see, so can Peter and Nintendo now, and the stairs no longer being invisible beneath you from being completely transparent. You're able to just make your way down. And you begin to realize that there's actually as you're walking, little tiny pinpricks of light that are shining through the wall to your right, as you see the elemental is shifting itself to make little air holes to the outside for you.
I will drop the flames since I don't need to be the source of light anymore.
See, truly ingenious dwarvish engineering.
Yeah, I had no fucking idea.
I am.
Nuts.
That is so unnerving. The hallway is talking to us.
And it isn't like a voice, it is the hallway vibrates in just the right way that the stones sound like they're saying, I am.
I like that.
But yeah, you make your way down and you come to the bottom of this staircase. And you see a little hole. That leads out of the rock. Now, you saw this rock floating in the air earlier. You could see the top and bottom, but you do not see open air below you.
Oh,
You gonna be okay enough?
yeah, I'll be fine. There's no problem for me.
You see the stony bank of a river.
That, on the other hand, might.
That's what I meant. Not. It's what I meant. It's not air on the other side of this portal. It's water. Are you gonna be okay?
A second air crystal. Fuck.
I mean, there is air. It's a
True.
riverbank that you see.
It's true. Okay.
I'm assuming the dragon is the tallest one out of all four of us.
I believe so.
Probably.
I don't think Peter's insanely tall.
I think Peter's a modest 5'10".
Hell yeah.
Just as a precaution, I wild shape into a tiny lizard and climb on top of Anteno's head.
Oh,
I am
yeah.
not touching the water.
All right, and we're gonna actually take a short break here while we wait for Nintendo to get back because I don't want to start the next challenge without one of our party members here. So if you guys want to do any in-character roleplay while we wait, feel free. I am gonna take a quick second away.
I think
I
I'm
will
just going to
hold off
stare
my
blankly.
wild shape then.
Does anyone actually know what the fuck this place is? This is infinitely more complex of a thing than I thought we were getting into.
I just stare daggers at the water and just say, "This is hell."
I'm amazed that this is what's getting you. But fine. There was a little village with sentient little people walking around. I'm shocked at how little I understand about the Elder and this entire place.
Are you?
Fuck yes, I thought he was like a nice little old man, kind of full of
Oh,
wisdom.
Wait, you guys haven't been outside of here. That's right.
I have.
I mean, I know you have. I came here with you, Nephili.
I haven't. What's your point?
People don't come here, Peter. Have you never noticed that there aren't a lot of travelers that come to visit or passing through?
You came here. I figured it was just gentrified. I don't know. Why does it matter?
He slipped through the walls while the Elder was pulling me from one of the 9 hells. That's not exactly like, oh, I came here on purpose.
How
He
have we
stumbled
never
into
talked
us.
about that?
It was coincidence, kind of, I think, because I haven't really been able to leave since coming here. But yeah, people don't come through here regularly because this place is like magically hidden. Like this is a super weird place, Peter.
Would I be aware of that?
Yeah, you're well aware that it's like magically
well aware
hidden
of
from the
that.
rest of the world. There are only a few laws here, and one of them is you can't leave without permission.
Okay.
Like that's
I'm
the
well
big
aware.
one.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that. I know. I know things are not as good out there, and we're sort of just kind of not being a part of that whole thing.
Not as good.
Yeah. What I'm saying, Peter, is I know that this all seems normal and you're aware that this place is magically hidden. I'm saying that's a very weird thing.
Okay.
I'm saying there aren't other places, to my knowledge, like that. Granted, they could just have better wards and sigils that I didn't accidentally sneak through at the right time.
You're welcome. Elder.
But like generally, yeah, like magic is not. It's not just bad out there, but like this place is very, very strange and complex. It's kind of why I've been okay being here for this long.
So what do you think all this is then? What is the little village with my little father as a little boy? Well, younger man.
Time travel.
Yeah, it's time.
That's fucking time magic.
I mean, clearly some kind of it. I don't know that much.
I mean,
Wait,
we just
Arthur.
spent about like half an hour.
You can give me an
talking.
Arcana, actually. Anybody who wants.
Yeah.
Arthur, what are or not Arthur? Peter, what are you? Can I ask?
Peter's a wizard.
Human wizard.
Yeah. I'm like aware
More
of
about
magic.
time magic than me.
I don't know shit about time magic. I'm like a
16
level.
No, Peter knows graviturgy, not chronergy.
I was going to say
Right, yes.
space magic a little. I'm dabbling, but I don't know. The fact that nothing down here is at least known by me, or I'm assuming many people up on the surface. I find that strange. I want to speak to the elder when we get back.
I'm going to presume that most of the older people know. They've been here long enough, but
It's possible. Granted, like I mean, it wasn't exactly easy for us to get this far. Like,
no, I had to jump into a well.
yeah, like it's. I think it's just like. I agree with talking to the elder, right? Because like the last place he sent us, like we learned that like he helped found this place and stuff, so he probably has actual answers about what this place is. I just have guesses, but what I'm saying is I don't think anything that's been under this place is a surprise to me, considering the Thorpe in general.
Fair
Anybody
enough.
who wants to can go ahead and give me an insight check in this moment, by the way.
Insight. Ooh, what the fuck?
Except
Natural
Nintendo.
20.
Never
Nineteen.
mind. I'm not here.
Ooh, nice.
What'd you get? You can tell me. I'll give you insight into something.
Fucking. What the hell is 17 plus 5? 22. There we go, 22.
22, nat 20. Peter?
19.
19. The three of you who do have like some level of arcane or magical like education realize the only person here who spoke to the elder about this place is the person who is likely to most likely to smile and nod when they don't know what they're talking about, and is most likely to not know what the elder is talking about.
Hey, Nintendo, what did the elder tell you about this place? Because Peter has questions. I think it's pretty par for the course for the Thorpe, but Peter wants to know. So what did the elder tell you, bud?
Yeah, sure. Let me consult the old memory bank, because it feels like we've been down here for several months, and it almost like a filler episode. Of
I got
important.
you,
It should
bud.
be right
I
at
got
the-
you. The elder told you in response to your thing about the rivers drying up, to go down into the well and reset the elemental magnet for me. And then you said, "Yep," and he said, "You know what I'm talking about?" And you said, "Well," instead of saying this, you said to yourself out loud on camera, "Well, my friends will know what he's talking about, so yes."
That's
And we have no
so
idea.
real of me.
I'm just assuming that
It
Peter
was-
knows nothing.
It
about
was one of the most beautiful moments of roleplay I've ever seen.
He trusts us to know shit that we absolutely have no idea
he
about.
just said, "Come down here."
I
and
mean,
fix the elemental magnet.
you've got
and
the
I figured
vibe.
you guys would have it.
No, like you guys did checks. You know what an elemental magnet is. Like Nephili knew what the crystals
Right.
were. You know that they are a set of elemental crystals that draw that elemental force towards them.
Right, but am I correct in assuming that Peter had no idea what was down here in terms of like the village?
No, you had
and-
no clue. You had no clue there was one here. But
Okay.
you're also not a civic leader.
Right.
Why would you know? Why would you know how the sewer systems work?
Yeah, and everyone knows there's tiny little villages full of little people. In
And don't get me wrong.
New
It's
York
pretty.
City.
It's still weird. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's not weird that you didn't know about the magnet.
Right. It makes sense that I wasn't told, but I'm bewildered.
Yeah.
Sidebar, real
Shit's-
quick. Do you guys not know the sewer system like the back of your hand? Is that not normal?
Absolutely not.
I mean, I know the sewer system of my hometown. Okay, I guess, but
I mean, the
I
last
know
time
it-
I went into the sewers, I accidentally set them on fire, so no one really allows me in them anymore.
anyways, you're on a riverbank.
No,
After 10 minutes,
I am on top of Nintendo.
you find yourself stepping out of the bottom of this massive spire of earth onto a riverbank with pebbled rocks lining its edges. You can see across the river, it's not very far, and you can see the crystal there.
Well, Nephili, should I assume you're sitting this one out since apparently the elder pulled you out of hell? We really glossed right over that. But no time.
I mean, I'll say we really didn't. Nephili's talked about it so much.
It's been too long.
Yeah, I don't even answer that with like words. I simply just jump into the air towards Nintendo and turn into a lizard.
Oh, I was fully prepared to catch you either way.
I've been repressing
but
so
yeah.
much.
I'll open up the pocket that used to be for Gur when he was just a tiny little thing.
All right.
Start wading into the river.
Start wading into the river.
I'll pick up Brenda Wild so they don't sink.
All right, so we've got Nintendo carrying Nephili and Grendel. What's your strength score, Nintendo?
12.
12 times 15.
Yeah, you're not carrying Grendel. Grendel's a dwarf. Grendel's heavy.
Like a brick.
Yeah.
I am a tiny lizard, so
Oh
it's
no!
like
Well, the
nothing
dwarf.
counts.
Oh yeah, you're a lizard right now. I forgot, Nephili.
Are you over like 170 pounds?
Probably. I don't know that I put that much detail into my like.
I
Yeah,
need
just
a
look at
1 to
what-
10
yeah,
thickness
Just
scale on Grindelwald, please.
look on your character sheet and just tell us how much he weighs. What do you mean?
Exactly. Do you not fill that in like a normal person?
Sometimes yes.
Never.
All right.
I also don't know.
The average dwarf is like 180 pounds, I think.
Yeah, I was like dwarves are pretty heavy. Like
But
they're
magic
dense.
dwarves.
No one tosses them. That's all I know.
I will say, give me a strength check. If you can beat your score, you can lift them. Meet or beat. If you can get a 12 or higher on a strength check.
One higher, 13.
There you
Grendel
go.
can swim. Grendel's not terrified of water, but okay.
Ten-
All right, Grendel, you
Every
don't have
friend.
to. You don't have to let yourself be carried.
Yeah, you
This-
can
This
Nah.
is just
refuse
this
this.
is just-
yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo is
Struggling.
capable.
Fighting him off.
You look up at Nintendo and you see the flash of intelligence equal 8 above his head.
And Grendel's like, less work for me.
All right. So, Nephili, you're riding on Nintendo's shoulder. Grendel, Nintendo's carrying you.
Yep.
Peter, you're just walking across.
I'm just walking.
All right. Which one of you do you think hits the water first, Nintendo or Peter?
I'll go first.
Probably Peter if I'm making sure Grendel's nice and secure.
Yeah, that's fair. Nintendo, how tall are you? And Peter,
6
same
foot.
for you. 6 foot. You said 5'10".
5'10", yeah.
Okay. So you wade into the river, and it very quickly reaches like your belly button. You can tell it still gets a little deeper past here. You think it'll maybe come up to like your chin, almost your lips.
Okay.
That's at about 10, 15 feet in, which I think is when you start to walk in, Tenno.
Cool.
Right. Oh, you said we can see the crystal, right?
You can see the crystal on the opposite side of the river. It looks like it's just in a very simple, like little holder.
You know what? I don't know. I'm just gonna. How far away is it?
It's about, you'd guess about 60 feet to the other side of the river, and then maybe another 10 feet up the beach from there is the
Okay.
crystal in its holder. Reminder, though, these are like 100-pound crystals.
Right. Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna continue on.
Yeah, let's get there.
Do I have anything with me that I can use as a vessel to just fill up with river water while we're in here?
Yeah, I'd say you have like an empty like ink vial or something.
Okay. Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
do that.
So yeah, you
You can reach under the water around my hips and see if you can find my water skin if you want.
yeah. So
yeah, okay.
as you step into the water in Tenno, Grendel is held. How are you carrying Grendel?
Grendel's up on the shoulder. I want them in full casting capacity. That way.
Okay, you've got Grendel held up on one shoulder.
Yeah,
Nephili
my
sitting
baby
on
boy's
the-
right
Neph-
here.
yeah,
and
Nephili
the little
sitting on the
lizard's right
other.
here.
Gotcha. So Grendel, you do not touch the water. And Tenno and Peter, I am going to need wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh God.
Oh, is this a Dumbledore situation? Classic. Have to drink it all, Harry.
Conjure a giant pyro
Peter
snake.
goes
A
to
six.
the
Oh my
well, and it
God.
doesn't fill up.
I am rolling dog water. I'm wisdom saving throw. It's a 10.
10? And Tenno?
6.
All right. Grendel, I need a dexterity saving throw to hold on to Intenno as Intenno suddenly stops moving, thrown into a flashback. Intenno, what do you think your first memory is?
Oh God.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're crossing the river backwards. What do you think your worst memory is?
Oh, worst memory.
Oh, backwards. You're right.
I think it was the abject horror and fear that went through my body the first time that Gur ever dissipated in front of me, before I knew that I could call him back and that he would always be okay. That sensation of I accidentally dropped a kitchen knife while he was playing around my feet, and just poofed out of existence. And in utter shame and fear that I had failed as an uncle, I just broke down in tears in my kitchen, just horrified, because I was alone again, too. I thought I was completely all by myself again, because there was no one else in the village with me besides them.
Yeah.
No one saw me that day. They thought I was out on my routes. I spent like 20 hours alone, just thinking I lost my family forever.
Jesus. And on that note, go ahead and give me Gur's wisdom saving throw as they follow you into the river.
Gur, I've never called Gur back.
Oh, you never called them back. They're dismissed still. You kept Gur safe this time. And you snap back to yourself. What's that dex save?
19.
19. You hold on as Nintendo sort of jolts forward and then jolts back quickly. Peter. What's your worst memory, buddy?
I got a 10 though.
You got a 10.
Peter's
I
got
got
a pretty good
10
life.
against the magic river of time water.
If it was space water, you'd have advantage.
You're trying to tell me the Elder has a higher DC than 10.
Who
Yeah.
said the elder did this?
I don't. All right. Yeah. All right. So Peter, I feel like, has had a pretty decent life. He's been sheltered in the Thorpe. Great relationship with his family. His dad's the man. I think his worst memory is probably small potatoes compared to a lot of D&D backstories. But I think you see Peter in the bookshop, and he's in one of the back rooms, and he's supposed to be doing inventory, but he has a spell book open. And he is just like furiously jotting down notes, staring at the page, and every now and then he just like reaches up and tries an incantation, and something fizzles and goes out. And in the memory Peter's replaying earlier that day, where he's realizing that other kids his age are starting to learn magic, other people with an affinity for it are starting to have success. And I think Peter is just sitting there, tears rolling down his face as he's just struggling to make a mage hand. Throughout the hour or two that he goes for it, just no success, and thinks that he doesn't have what it takes.
Yeah, and I think we'll zoom out a little here in that memory as Peter feels alone and useless. And we move upstairs to a scene that Peter knew was happening but wasn't there to see. As his father is sitting there silently holding his wife's hand in her final weeks. A little cross-knocked boy, all alone.
Yeah, losing my mom was rough too, but
No, but there's like I fully think there is something to be said for like that's rough in a moment, but there is something to be said for grief being blunted and coming through in the wrong moments, like that feeling being at its worst when it is not in front of you.
right. Maybe Peter didn't register at the time that this was all so much worse because of everything else going on.
Yeah. It was my mom's dying and I'm useless.
Maybe instead of trying to make a mage hand, this was him realizing that he can't learn healing spells.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Not a cleric.
Big oof.
All right. And you snap back to yourself.
Grendel just kind of taps Nintendo's head. Come on, bud. Why'd you stop moving? It's just water.
Both of you go ahead and take 7 psychic damage
Yeah, naturally.
as you no longer remember what you just thought of.
Oh, that's worse.
Oh, wait, what?
You don't remember. You don't remember losing Gur. And you don't remember crying alone in the bookshop. and you don't remember finally getting that mage hand to work. You still have the spell, but you don't remember the first time you cast it.
Do I have the feeling that something was taken from me?
You both have the
that's
feeling
missing?
that you both know you were just remembering something, and you have no idea what you were remembering.
Oh, yeah. Pete, there's definitely like a tear on Peter's cheek, and he's just trying to remember why.
Yeah, the Nintendo's passengers have been like quivering a little bit because he has been not enough to dislodge anyone, but enough to make it very obvious what he was just experiencing again,
Just kind of like
with tears on his face. But
nuzzle the side of your head in confusion.
I'm starting to get why Neville hates water so much. I will continue on through the river.
I will slowly move forward with every intention of making sure Nephili and Grindelwald don't come anywhere close to the water.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, as like I said, the water does get a little deeper. You can choose to like take longer to pass through it and make your future saves at disadvantage to ensure that Grendel does not get wet. Nephili's safe. Nephili can climb on top of your head if she needs to as a lizard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I very much do.
Peter, do you push forward?
Yeah.
All right. Do either of you have any way that you want to try to cross this river without like walking across it or anything? At this point?
I guess. Yeah. How much further to the other side from here?
You're at about the halfway point, so about 30 feet. Like I guess you're at about a quarter of the way, and then if you moved this time, you'd be halfway.
If it's 30 feet, then I'll Misty Step to the other side.
All right, so you'll have to move first and then Misty Step. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, so
Absolutely.
make one more save here.
All right, come on. Been rolling bad all night. Come on.
Wisdom DC 16. And Tenno, you if you have,
Sorry.
what was that?
Literally 16 on the dice.
16 on the die. Hell yeah, you pass. You like are remembering, but you're not in the memory. Your first memory, and you are remembering. Jesus Christ!
The private chat's getting dark.
Yeah, I thought I was getting dark. You are remembering. You're remembering, but not just living. Your first memory. Your first memory, which you can explain. You can like describe to us if you like. You don't have to though. It is in your head only. You are still present.
I'll say that I think Peter's first memory is being read to. I think from his mother, but I think when he pictures it, it's hard not to hear it with his father's voice.
Yeah. Yeah. And fortunately, don't lose it.
Fuck! Do I take any more psychic damage?
No. You passed your save. You just are forced to remember it for a second.
Okay.
And then you misty step across and you are on the riverbank.
Oh god, I hate losing that one even more.
Nintendo, go ahead and give me a saving throw.
What was it again? Wisdom?
Wisdom at disadvantage to protect Grendel.
You got it. 15.
15? Total?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The DC was 16.
That's all right.
What's Nintendo's first memory?
The first one that he still has, due to the nature of his being and what the adults before him did to keep him safe.
Yeah. And
more importantly, the Thorpe safe with knowledge of dragons. The first memory he has is at the age of 3, where he was, as a young boy, going on his first hunt. And the first big flashbulb memory of that is the sound the bow made. He remembers the the ache of the wood, the small cracks that it made as he pulled the string back, honed in. He remembers the thwip the string made as he loosed the arrow, and the whistle that he could hear, and the dead silence of the forest when he marked his first kill, and was able to provide for the village for the first time as just a young boy.
Deno. You take 6 psychic damage. And you still know who you are, you still know what you do. You don't remember why you love it so much. Why do you do this? You think back, and as long as you can remember, it's just been your job, you know? It's been what you were told to do by the people who left you in a hut to live alone.
But there's more to it now.
Yeah, there's got to be more to it. You've got your friends here, right?
Exactly.
You're not just out hunting, you're with your friends. And with that, you push forward. Do you have anything does anybody have anything they want to do before having Tano make his last save?
How far away?
Peter,
is
you
this?
have the other side of the river is now Nintendo has now reached like the midpoint at the end of this flashback.
So like what?
Do I have
30 feet.
Sorry.
Yeah, cool.
And you can take an action after Rendell and Nephili if they choose to take anything, Peter.
Okay.
There's 30 feet of river left.
No, if Nintendo doesn't like stutter or anything, Grendel doesn't notice anything to stop him if he was being careful to make sure Grendel doesn't fall or touch the water. Like Grendel is still like, dude, you're being weird. It's
No,
a fucking river.
Go ahead and give me an insight check. I'll say. And if you want to make it with disadvantage, you can, Grendel, if you feel that's appropriate, but you don't have to.
There were tears flowing from the first memory.
Yeah, Nintendo
And
is
the quivers.
Nintendo is fully you're being sprayed by a river. That could just be river water.
I didn't realize small lizards had an insight of +5.
What do lizards know? What do they know?
I don't know, but that's a natural 20 for a 25.
With disadvantage, it's a 10 because regardless of him crying, like I'm on his shoulder, I'm not like looking at his. I can't like see
That's
his
fair.
face like
That's
that.
fair.
Like
Yeah, like I said, if you felt it was appropriate to take it, that's fine.
it's still a 10. Like it's not bad, but
Yeah. Something's really upsetting Nintendo right now, and he looks a little dissociated for you. Nephili, some sort of psychic effect is occurring to Nintendo, and it is I'm going to say you've seen your father or one of his minions use like the river Lethe as torture before, and you think that's what's happening here. Similarly.
So I'd have some sort of clue
horrifying.
that the river is causing some sort of either memories or visions in his brain or something.
You get the feeling that the river is torturing him with memories or illusions or something.
I'm gonna really hate myself for this, but I'm gonna jump off his shoulder and change back so I'm staring him in the face.
Okay, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw as you hit the water.
What the fuck is my wisdom saving throw bonus? Okay, I'm proficient with it, so it should be fine. That's a 15 plus 5 for a 20.
All right, you pass. You remember first memory. You aren't sucked into a flashback, but you remember it.
In the hells, my first memory. Jesus.
You're from the hells?
If you don't have anything, I can give you one.
Yeah, sure. Because I don't really know what my background is beyond that. We haven't gone into much detail yet.
I think we've set your father as some form of nobility in the hells.
Yeah,
pretty
much as I
firmly.
know.
And I think your first memory is about 3 years old, sitting on your throne at your father's side. Definitely pay attention. You have to learn this. You see, when a soul comes to you with a firm idea of what they're supposed to be, slice as the back fat of a person is skinned off of them. Then you can still torture them with physicality. Arm is snapped out because they feel everything the way they think they should. Spine is ripped out. The man who's no longer has a spine is still there screaming. But they can't stop feeling it by dying. As your father very earnestly teaches you how to torture a soul and cause it to turn into a devil.
I'm just like standing beside him, probably about the size of a 3-year-old actually. So my horns are just about protruding through my forehead. I'm just staring, like a dog does when it's interested in something. It's just constantly like tilting its head. I'm just like that the entire time, just ooh.
All right.
So I don't take any damage or anything for that because I passed the save, correct?
No damage. You just remember that.
Okay,
And you're looking Tenno in the eyes.
Well, how tall am I again? I'm the exact same height as Peter, 5'10", so it's like up to my chin, I believe you said.
Yes.
I'm just gonna reach down, take in Tenno's hand, and just sort of start dragging him out. Just
awesome.
Not leaving eye contact the entire time.
I will say, just because I like it, both of you can have a resistance, the +4 to saving throw. You can have a plus D4 to your next saving throw, to your final saving throw as you cross the river, both of you. And go ahead and make that for me as Nephilim begins to pull you along, Tenno.
I'd like to
first.
I'd like to self-impose disadvantage for a personal thing that Nintendo has seeing Nephilim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the personal thing that she's a horrifying devil person?
Yes, clearly.
It's the personal thing that she's the reason you're alone in this village.
You'll find out now that I rolled this 5 if that's what Chip wants.
16 plus 5 for 21.
Well, it's a 6 with my 1 on the D4.
Plus 2 for 23.
Yeah, you 23. Let's start with Nephilim.
All right, cool.
Nintendo, what moment in Nephilim's life does she see?
Oh.
I say what Nephilim sees?
Yeah, I want you to say what Nephilim sees. Because you know what you're going to see. I want you to generalize that moment enough that it would apply to somebody else, like in their memory.
I mean, I think in the kinship between the two of us, it's the first night in their, if I remember right, their caves from when they were brought into the village.
Yeah.
Given their duty, left alone.
The first night as a child left alone in the village. Nephilim, go ahead as you see this memory. It's, again, not a full flashback. You're still aware of the world in front of you, but you do remember it more vividly than ever. Would you roll me a perception check with no proficiency, please? Just a wisdom check.
A wisdom check, okay. That is 13.
13.
I remember what my fucking wisdom was.
You do find yourself lost in this memory for just a split second. Because as you're thinking about it, you realize that those carvings you found earlier today were there in this memory. And you tell me how the rest of the night went for you.
Firstly, it's just terrifying. I've grown up in the hells and I'm suddenly whisked away to this unknown place with people I don't know. And I'm been left alone. So for most of the night, I'm just huddled up in like the furthest corner of this cave that they've put me in. No fire, no blankets, no nothing. I'm just laying there.
And you're used to most nights in the hells. Even in your sleep, your father came to you, and it was perhaps the time when he was kindest to you was when he would visit you in your dreams. He does not visit tonight, and he has not visited since. Tenno, please tell us what you remember this evening.
At the sight of Nephili, and there's a physical reaction, even at he's mindlessly pushing forward at this point, and the hand that gets grabbed becomes a hand that's maybe underneath Nephili's shoulder, just trying to lift and push them out and away, out of a guttural sense to try and keep them safe. And what Inteno remembers is a bit happier in context. Yeah. He's very prideful about this moment for himself, because it's also Nephili's first night, and in that he didn't see the loneliness or the shame or whatever might have been felt, because out of respect of an individual who had just been there. But Inteno's always felt a deep kinship, a fellowship with Nephili in the matter of our circumstances, to be alone, to be pulled from what you know, to be pulled from who you are, and given a new place and a new role. And there were very few kindnesses to Inteno when he first got here. It was a long time before Gur came to him, and the least that Inteno wanted to do for a new face was to maybe show them a first kindness much sooner than anyone else could. And so maybe it was found later that night, or maybe in the morning by Nephili, but at the mouth of that cave, Inteno had put together a little starter pack. Some basic supplies for starting a few fires, some storage ware, some clothes that he picked up with his money from his rounds. Just a sign of a potential friend. And so much so that in the day, he had started his learning from ranger training to learn Infernal in the event that Nephili did not know Common as well, so that the note that was written alongside it could be read.
I know you take 9 psychic damage, and you do not remember your kindness. You've always been alone. They did this to you. They did this to Nephili. How many other children have they done this to? How many people here were children like you? You're a child, and you are in this river, and you're forgetting things, and you don't know what you're forgetting. And you look around you at 3 other children. Adults, sure, but children. And you think of an old man wrapped in smoking stars, who told you this is your job, not his, and went to go talk to someone instead. I know, how many hit points do you have left?
3. As
you push your way forward hand behind Nephili's shoulder, pushing her ahead of you as she grabs back for yours and collapse on the riverbank. I need you to make one last Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I can't save.
Or Wisdom, your choice.
16 on the con save, or 18 if it were to have my wisdom bonus.
Hey, you passed either way as you splutter up the last little bit of water that sprayed into your mouth as you cross the river. And remember the day Gerb was dropped off.
No. Yes.
Oh, God, what a day it was. It was a surprise.
A very quick one, too.
A very quick visit from that family member. Everyone got to hear about a little bit in the prior session.
Jiraka.
Yeah.
Just okay.
That's not the important part. Nothing could have been more important than what would come from that visit. And that was Gur. Another lost dragon like me, my kin, even though they weren't walking and talking like I was. They were just a worm. But Jirai came to me and said, this one needs your help. And God, nothing could stop me from picking up someone who's just like me and is quite literally mine, and trying to lift them out of everything that could have been done to them and give them a better life.
Yeah. Nephili, you don't need to make a final save. You didn't fail a single one, so I'm assuming you didn't accidentally drink water in your haze. Yeah. And Peter, you are here on the opposite side of the bank. What have you been doing in the meantime?
Not much, to be honest. I think Peter has been futilely trying to remember the memories he lost, and wondering why he can't really recall his mother's voice at all anymore, or in any tangible way.
Yeah. And I think you realize that you don't remembering it recently. You don't know if this is something the river stole from you, or if this is something time stole itself.
Right. Exactly. Okay. But I think when everyone else arrives, that kind of snaps me out of it. And, this is super fucked, and we really do need to speak with Odin. But we have the water, and I'll bring the wineskin and my little ink pot full of water over and dump it on the crystal.
Grendel dumps a second level healing word into Inteno, by the way.
I was just about to say I was going to use it.
As Inteno collapses, you finally see, you couldn't see it before because it was constantly being washed away by the water rushing around, but there's full, blood dripping out of his ears. Brain is almost liquefied.
Yeah, you got 7 from me, Inteno.
Got it.
10 from me for a second level cure wounds.
Got it.
Yeah, and Peter, you cover this crystal in the water. You see the deep blue light fills it. And you can see a little cave tunnel, much like the one you took into the room full of magma, just ahead of you, off the riverbank.
I will go that way.
Well, hang on, Peter. Let me take the lead this time.
Please. Absolutely.
And Grendel will go forward since he did nothing all day.
Hey,
Yeah, I
you're the one who
suggested an earth
convinced the
elemental
fucking-
thing.
Yeah, exactly. I got wet.
You also did the fire. You did the fire one. You helped a lot with the earth one, Grendel.
But yeah, Grendel will go first in case anything else is going to happen.
You begin to head down this tunnel. You see whoever has the best investigation, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I have a +0, so not me.
Probably the wizard.
Yeah, got a +5.
Or antenna.
Oh my god, it is not my night. That's a nat 1. I need new dice.
Wait, if he's rolling for everyone, can he have advantage from help?
Sure. Yeah. You can have
Can
advantage
I
from help.
cast enhance ability on him?
Love
Yeah. Yeah. He can just completely re-roll with advantage.
Oh,
If you cast your enhance ability.
Yeah, well, I'll give my little nerd boy a little help.
thank you. You get 2 new d20s.
You got this, Peter. You're not inspired, but you got
There
this.
we go. That's a 7 and a nat 20.
All right. On a nat 20, you see a bunch of like deadly but really poorly hidden mechanical traps in this tunnel that you are able to just direct people to step around.
Okay.
It looks like almost these traps are almost here for show.
Okay, like a warning.
Like, yeah, don't come in here because this axe will chop your head off.
They should. It's crazy that they didn't put this in the entrance tunnel. We would have seen all this in the beginning and known how dangerous this would be.
Peter, you suddenly remember that you came in the exit.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm like checking them over, just like, did that river do more damage to your brain?
No, it's a bit. All right. I was really sad trying to bring some levity. Forget about it. Don't step on that. It'll cut you in half. And yeah, we navigate through this trapped hallway.
Yeah, you navigate through and you meet a stone wall that you know to have a switch on the other side.
Yeah.
And hopefully some of you remember my saying that you can tell that this door is meant to close behind you, and that that's why the other door has a switch on it that the side you couldn't reach.
Yeah. What do we break through that one? Hold on.
You see, looks like what it looks like is it looks like the tunnel dead ends, but you recognize the shape. Of the dead end.
I'm not going back over that river. Let's break it down. Fuck this place.
I have nothing that will help us break it down.
Let's see. If I hold on, all right,
Nintendo might be able to just beat it down.
I can. Would a thunder wave do anything?
Just hold on. Nintendo's very shaky. He's gotten his longbow out and has been kind of leaning on it to walk, and has been like trailing the back of the group and hasn't been very hopeful. But he'll remember the trick that we did at the start of this, and I will use my last spell slot to resummon Gur on the other side of the wall.
Nice.
Gur remembers where the switch is in his hoard room and opens the door.
His hoard room, I love it.
And you hear and see the door drop into the floor in front of you. Mounds of gold, Gur's pet bed, and the way back up lay in front.
Well, we reset the magnet. Good job, everyone. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I know we want to talk to the elder, but maybe we catch our breath for an hour first.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Just in case, I have to spit bars at him or something.
Everyone knows that Elder Orden loves a rap battle. He will challenge you.
Didn't he win like the last 3?
He has the most disgusting flow in the entire Thorpe.
Yeah, but I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel better now.
Speaking of feeling better, as you all go make your way back to your houses and rest for the night, y'all level up.
Nice.
Hey.
Love that.
Oh, I don't leave my giant dragon friend's side. He's too traumatized right now.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, as our session comes to a close, you all either stay in this place, leave from. You do your own things as you exit the elemental magnets maintenance tunnels, and you all level up.
Fuck yeah.
And
Do we
will
see any?
Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Do we see any like noticeable change from resetting the magnet, or is it not something that would be immediately apparent?
I will say when we come back to the Arcane Thorpe, we will be opening as you exit the well,
Gotcha.
because we'll run a little scene with what you all get up to tonight.
Perfect.
Sweet.
But you don't see any difference down here in the garden, no.
Okay.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. Riley looks so depressed right now.
I'm good.
I don't blame
I'm good.
him. You took away some very precious
Yeah.
memories.
You did this.
You caused this. But you feel happy.
Yes, I feel great.
He got his content. What else could he ask for?
I've been your GM, Chipper. With me tonight, as always, I have.
You're good.
Sorry, I got a message in the background.
No, you're good for now.
I've got with me tonight, as always, I have Kevin, Don, Drew, and Riley playing their amazing characters. Next time we come back with Delving Beyond, we will be back with the Brotherhood gang. You can also catch
the
some
angel.
of these people on our Thursday night show. Don, you want to take it away for that? I can never remember.
Yeah. Parties. The Redeeming Corruption will be live Thursday at 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Chip Time. That's Eastern Time. Yeah, exciting things. They got into the dungeon last time, so we'll be really going through the dungeon this time and getting into some good stuff, starting with some skeletons.
Good and crunchy, hopefully.
Spooky skeletons.
All right. And then on every other Friday, not this Friday, we have Concentricity Echoes of Eden. And Saturday, we have our 2 bi-weekly shows, Chronicles of Aurelia and Sumarkula Stories. Also catch us back next Monday with Delirium's main campaign, where we are in the Belfry of Lysek. Probably all about to die.
I
Later.
mean, you guys.
Yeah, you're right. That's fair. You're there. You're guarding the entrance. But this is Joe. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.